Hi everyone, my name is Huang Huang and I'm a speech-language pathologist. Today I want to talk to you about our project Tech for Teletherapy. I'm excited to tell you more about this project and I hope that you'll be joining our team. So COVID-19 has caused a lot of us to shift to online work. This includes many children with neurodevelopmental disabilities and their families who have had to and still are accessing therapy services remotely. Transitioning to online services has its challenges, including 1, relying much more heavily on caregiver report for performance, and 2, a lack of web-based therapy activities for clinicians to use that allow the same level of interactivity as in-person sessions. Children with developmental disabilities differ in their language skills, their motor skills, and their cognitive skills. Remote service delivery has its weaknesses in accommodating these skills. For example, if I have a client who is nonverbal, they may point or they might gesture to the screen to communicate. I'm unable to see where they're pointing, so I usually have to ask the parents to see if they're participating appropriately and if they're responding. That's not to say that interactive therapy activities don't exist. Think back to some of the games and web pages that came up during the early stages of the pandemic, like Scribble and Codenames. In these cases, a link was shared among all participants, and we could see in real time what all players were doing in the game. There are games and online therapy tools that are responsive and that are interactive visually, tactilely, and through sound that we could use to try to accommodate our child's needs. However, these are spread all across the internet and are not amalgamated together into one single platform. And when we use these in tandem with video conferencing software like Google Meets, Microsoft Teams, and Zoom, screen sharing and providing remote control access comes with its own bugs, like screens freezing or delayed response, no response at all. This results in a huge barrier to interactivity and is frustrating for every person involved. The challenges brought about from remote therapy could affect caregiver stress and the child's progress and ability to achieve clinical goals. Thus, there's a critical need for accessible and interactive resources that are user-friendly, online, and free to facilitate delivery of intervention services to the families. Access to evidence-based intervention services plays a critical role in optimizing long-term outcomes for the child and also the family. Resources can have bigger implications beyond the pandemic as well, by bridging gaps in remote, rural, and northern communities in Canada that might not have readily accessible and consistent in-person services. Our proposed solution to these challenges is to create a platform to be used during live, synchronous therapy sessions with performance recorded. A basic software framework was created through the NeuroNexus COVID-19 Special Initiative. The current webpage allows clinicians to log in and create images for children to select. Data on where the child has clicked is also recorded and saved. The next steps would be to continue building upon this project, prioritizing a new game, developing a homepage, and an analytics page. As children with developmental disabilities, again, differ in their language skills, their cognitive skills, and their motor skills, we envision a platform equipped with customizable activities designed to accommodate these differences and to be interactive on all aspects. So this could look like vocalizations, audio input like clapping, drag and drop, sustained touch, tap, and visual filters and overlays. Websites and apps with these features already exist, however, none have been combined onto one platform and often come with its own restrictions and a paywall for clinicians and for families. So this is where you guys come in. We are looking for innovators with experience in website design, web graphic design, user experience and user interface design, business and finance, psychology and neuroscience, software engineering, and game development. The challenge is an extension of prior work, but we will retain full intellectual property. But there is the opportunity for innovators to join the core team afterwards. The core team may also act as mentors for this project. We also hope that the innovator team is willing to bring their own creativity and show us what interactivity means to them. So technology and media were thought to be potential barriers to learning, and it encourages passivity in our children. However, with educational apps that prioritize interaction, children can be engaged, active participants in meaningful learning. Thanks for listening, and we look forward to having you join us.